Hello and welcome to Orbit International Youth Talk Show. Now this talk show is a youth space and forum where young people get to share their challenges, hopes, aspirations and dreams. Now today we join the rest of the world in giving awareness to breast cancer. Did you know that annually in Zimbabwe 7,000 women get breast cancer, and it's the second most dangerous cancer besides cervical cancer? So today we're going to be speaking to a young lady named Rejoice Otsiwegota, who was able to be victorious and to be able to fight against breast cancer. She's going to tell us a little bit about her experiences. Welcome.
Thank
Rejoice.
you.
How are you?
I'm fine, thanks.
You look lovely in pink.
Thank you.
A friend of mine just recently was telling me that, girls, you coordinated this look, but we're just like, no.
Yeah, you know, great minds think alike.
Exactly. So, tell me a little bit about yourself.
I'm 28 this year.
Which is very odd because a lot of girls just don't want to talk about that. Like, ladies don't want to,
with me,
say their age.
with me, I never used to say my age. So last year around this time.
What made you start though?
Because when they started testing for the cancer, they all gave me hope. They said, you're too young to have cancer. So, you know,
and you
I found comfort.
Proud.
I found comfort in that. I'm like, yeah, I'm young.
Okay.
So, you know, it was because of that. Now I realize age actually does matter. Having another year added to your life is priceless, because with breast cancer, besides knowing that you've got cancer, because cancer to me was death, you know.
Yeah.
Getting my results, I was like, oh, okay, so I'm dying soon. Okay. Then with that, you go through treatment. The treatment is draining. I wanted to give up every session. For my chemo, I wanted to give up every session. I ended up telling my brothers, you know what, guys, whoever cares about this chemo, they can go and get chemo, you know. That's how bad it was.
Okay. So, tell me what happened for you to eventually find out that you had breast cancer and to actually say, you know what, I'm just going to go to the doctor and get a mammogram.
Oh, I found a lump in my right breast. Stayed at home for a week, playing with the lump, because it wasn't painful. To me, it was nothing.
Which side was it?
Right.
Okay.
So to me, it was nothing because it wasn't painful. So yeah, I would play with it the whole week. I was like, yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
Till one of my friends called me and said, you know what, just go to the doctor.
Okay.
I refused.
Painful,
no pain, no nothing. So to me, it was nothing. So yeah. So when I went to the doctor, they asked me to get a scan done. So after the scan, the lady that done my scan, she was a bit worried because she asked me, are you sure you only found this now? And I was like, yeah. He says, but it looks like it's been growing for a while.
Wow.
So already in my head, I was like, it's dodgy.
Okay.
So yeah, I went back to my doctor. My doctor told me to get a lump. What do you call it? Lactome, whatever you call it. Okay. I don't know what you call it. They tested the lump.
Yeah.
When they gave me results, it was the 27th of September last year. And they told me it was cancer and I needed to get treated as soon as possible.
Was it still in its early stages?
Stage 3 apparently.
Okay, which is bad.
Yeah, which is bad because it's got more chances of coming back.
Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it was one of those issues whereby, because everyone in my family freaked out.
Okay.
So I had to be strong for everyone, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
me being
Of course.
Me being the joker of the family, you know, I'd laugh through everything and say, you know, guys, we'll go through this. So they went through a week of fasting, and I'd eat double in front of them even.
Are you serious?
And say, guys, you know, I'm eating for all of you, just in case if I die.
Okay.
I don't want a ghost that comes to the kitchen.
Okay. But instead of the facade that you had in terms of joking and the mask that you had, what was really going through your head during that time?
Nothing at first. Because I still had both boobs, so I was okay.
Yes.
But then after they removed my other breast, I was like, oh, I'm an alien. I used to call myself a one-boobed alien.
Really? Okay, so during that time, they tell you have stage 3.
Yeah.
Was there ever a point before you found the lump that you thought, I think I should go for a mammogram? Because I think this is something that we
honestly, with cancer, I never cared.
Yeah.
Because I'd never had anyone close to me have cancer.
Okay.
So it's something that I always used to see on Facebook. So, you know, I would go through posts and be like, these people,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
so with me, I would have never get tested. Like before going through
Yes.
it, there's
Yeah.
no way I was actually going to say I'm going to the doctors to look for something that's hidden. Nah, I don't want that.
It's interesting, Joyce, because a lot of, young women, or women in general, don't take it seriously.
No one does.
This is the month where we actually celebrate, victors like you, and the month we give awareness in terms of breast cancer. And there are a lot of clinics that are actually giving free mammograms, but you'll find out, Kuti, there are a few ladies who actually take it seriously and say, we need to go.
No, I think people are just scared. But people need to get rid of that, because with cancer, the sooner they find it, the better. If they find it at late stages, then it's hard for them to even give you treatment because it's already too late. So it's you being on strong drugs just to buy time till, So yeah, I think people should stop being scared and just go on with it. Because to me now that I've gone through it, cancer is like BP, it's like AIDS, it's like sugar and all those things. You just go through your maze like any other person and live your life as you go on.
So when they told you, we really need to cut, your right breast, what went through your head?
Oh, for me, I'd say that I wanted them both gone.
Really? Why?
Because through research, they say most people, it comes back on the other breast later. So with me, I was like, they might as well just remove both. But my doctor and my brothers are like, no, you don't need to go through all that pain. Just concentrate on that one that's affected, and that's it. So yeah.
So how was it like for you after you realized that I really don't have another breast?
The first 2 weeks, no effect, because I had a bandage on me, so it was covered, so I didn't really care. But finally, when the bandage came off and I looked at myself in the mirror, I felt I'm no longer human, I'm not worth it. Who's going to marry me? Who's going to look at me the same way? So yeah, it's really tough. And besides looking at myself in the mirror with one boob, my hair started falling out.
Which is something
it made it worse. Because I was like, okay, no hair, no boob, what more is coming my way? And the eyebrows, the eyelashes started falling out as well. So literally I looked like an alien. So I think that's the only thing that really affected me, because I felt every time people look at me, they're talking about me. Every time people see me, they calling me names and all sorts. So yeah, basically I felt really worthless. Yeah, that's the right word.
Well, after the short break, we'll continue with the bubbly Rejoice, as she's going to tell us more about what she went through during her fight with breast cancer and how love made her conquer everything. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the show. Now, just before the break, we're still with Rejoice Zimuto, who was able to fight against breast cancer. It was not an easy journey for her, but she's here to tell us a little bit about her story as we celebrate the month of victors in terms of breast cancer, and we give awareness around issues of breast cancer. Welcome back, Rejoice. How are you? Okay, so what was your first step when you found out you had breast cancer?
My first step, because I've got 4 brothers, was visiting a whole lot of different doctors to find out what they thought. And but either way, they all told us the same thing. She needs to go for that operation. She needs to go through with the chemo and all. So after the operation, I started my chemo, I think 2 weeks after that, when it dried up. So chemo is tough. Chemo makes you feel all sort of ways.
What will be happening?
You get nausea, you're drained, you've got bone pain, you've got muscle pain, migraines. But it's not the same for everyone, eh? So people mustn't take what I say and say if I go for chemo, this is what's going to happen. Because it's always different with everyone. It's like pregnancy. It's always different with everyone. So yeah, so for me, chemo at first, it was really tough because my first session, my grandmother died the next day. So this was me sick at home with no one around because everyone had gone to the funeral. Then finally I decided to call my brother and say, I'm not well. He came, took me to the doctors, and they said, you know what, with chemo, anything, no matter what it is, any side effect, make sure you bring her back to the doctors. Because we need to watch her always, because your immune system drops because of chemotherapy. So this means you can catch any bug. That's why they say when you're going through chemo, you have to stay indoors, you have to stay in your own place. It has to be an extra clean place and, you know, all those things because, yeah, you're at risk. You can catch anything easy. But with me, I'm big-headed like that. I'd go to work here and there.
So just before the break, you were talking about how when you looked at yourself in the mirror, which I think is very important, you said, I'm worthless, who's going to love me, who's going to ever marry me like this? Why were all those thoughts running through your head?
I actually don't know. I think it's natural for us women. For us to think such, because, you know, at first I was like, okay, so when people look at me, what do they really see? Because already when I looked at myself, I felt worthless. So other people's thoughts to me were, really bad.
So you lost your hair, your, you know, your face, your eyebrows,
everything.
Did you start wearing wigs?
I wore a wig once. It was too hot and too heavy, so I thought, heck no, I'm not doing this to please anyone. Because right now this is about me. So I'd move around with my bald head like that, and you know, people look at me weird. Because I think they'd wonder, what's wrong with her? But for them to ask also, it's hard. So even the shops that I always used to go to, people would just look at me and say, hi, long time. But you'd see that people are really worried.
Like what's going on.
But they cannot ask what's going on at the same time. So that's how I started fighting this whole cancer thing, because I started telling people about it. So I think the more I spoke about it, the easier the load was. Because I'll tell people, yeah, they said I have cancer, this is what's happening. And you know, and through talking to people, you find things like Cine, that's blackjack, right? Yeah, it helps with the immune system. I never knew that. So through talking to people, you know, you'll be told, try Cine, it's good for maronda, it's good for immune system, you know. So it really helped being bubbly and loud.
So was that also the time where you got your self-esteem back whilst you're also sharing your experiences with
Not really. I only got my self-esteem back when I got engaged.
Congratulations, girl.
That's when I felt special. I'm like, who would propose to someone like me? Like, is this guy for real? You know?
It's unconditional love.
So, and he even went bald for me, you know. So we'd go around in our bald heads, and I was like, oh, you're so cool, you know. So that really helped. It played a big role in my life, knowing that even though I felt so worthless, someone really looked at me and thought, wow, she's the one.
That is amazing, by the way, because not many guys
not
that I know can actually do that. But you also talk about a friend of yours who was also going through chemotherapy during that time, and she was actually telling you how you're going to take your kids, you know, for vacation once you guys are through with it. And when she passed away, you also lost hope. Tell me a little bit about that and why.
Because with V, it was cancer of the throat. She had just gone for her last chemo when she went quiet on everyone. So we thought, maybe she's tired, since chemo does that the first week after your session, isn't it? So the brother just sent a message and said V is normal. And I was thinking, okay, that was the last session. We thought she had won the battle, but now she's gone. What's really going on? So to me, I found it worthless going through with the last sessions I was left with, because I was left with 2 sessions. So I went to my doctor. I told her, you know what, I don't want to do this anymore. It's not worth it. Apana kusiri kufa, after all. My words exactly. So you know, it was really hard, because for me to even go through with the battle and say I'm fighting through, it was because of thee.
Okay.
Yeah. She would call me up at midnight and say, Rejoice, we need to fight.
Okay.
You know, we've got this.
Yeah.
Fight like a girl, you know.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
she was like my pillar of strength. And now that she was no longer there, and me having a family that was freaked out, I could never really open up to them and say, guys, I'm scared of this, because for them it was going to be worse.
They're going to freak out more.
So, you know, it was losing a friend, a sister, a pillar of strength. So yeah, it was really hard.
Okay.
And I didn't see the point in chemo anymore, because if she had finished the sessions and she still died, then there was no point really.
So what happened? What then gave you hope?
Well, my brother Innocent, the singer.
Okay.
He's the scary one in the family.
Okay.
He called me up and he said, you know what, Ambuya, you're going to do this. Whether you want it or not, you're going through with it all the way, okay? So yeah, because it's scary, I was just like, yeah, okay.
That's amazing. It's really amazing to have a supportive family.
So it was amazing having them and the few friends that were there throughout the journey.
Yeah.
Because you do lose friends and you do lose like a whole lot of people in your life. But at least with me, I was happy with it, because you get to find
The
people's
real
true
deal.
colors. Like
Exactly.
when you're down, you're really down, and you know it's no longer for the parties, it's no longer for the drinks, and no one is looking for you.
Yes.
And you're like, oh, okay.
Okay.
So to me, it was a win-win. I'm like, a part of me was like, God, thanks. Because I thought I had a lot of friends, but thank you for showing me that, you know.
Yes.
And another thing, when you pray carefully, because I always used to pray and say, God, I want to be the reason why people come together.
Okay.
I want to be the reason why people know that you're there.
Yes.
So after going through the whole cancer thing, the chemo, radiotherapy, I then told my sister-in-law, Karen, I'm like, Karen, do you know, when I prayed, I asked God that I wanted to be the reason people believed in him. I wanted to be the reason people prayed.
And you did, right?
And yeah.
Through a painful experience.
A painful experience, but then the whole family came together, friends, people from all our churches, because we all go to different churches. Like everyone came together for prayers.
Yeah.
And you know, and people now even have more belief in God because I'm here and they see me. So my mirror is like, you know, Auntie, when you pray, sometimes you ask for those things and they come in the hard way, but look at you, now you're here and you're speaking to people and you're giving others hope. So, you know.
The warriors are those that we see in war or whatever, but we all have our battles that we're going through, so it's amazing. Well, after the short break, we'll continue with the bubbly Rejoice, as she's going to tell us more about what she went through during her fight with breast cancer and how love made her conquer everything. We'll be right back. Hello and welcome back to the show. Now, just before the break, we were and we are still with Rejoice Zimuto, who is a fighter, and she has been victorious against the fight of breast cancer. Now, welcome back, Rejoice.
Thank you.
So, let's talk about chemo. I know, before we were talking about how much chemo costs. How many women do you think out there that can actually afford?
Not everyone.
Okay.
Because even with me, it had 4 men putting money together for my medication. So, this is when you think about those people in the rural areas and you're thinking, how are they going to get treated? You find most people like that then end up going back home and say, I'll just wait for the day.
Yes.
Yes. So I think just like how they did with AIDS medication, that they made it affordable and free in other places, they need to do that with chemo, because it's more and more people getting sick with cancer now unlike before.
Yes, that is true.
So I'm hoping they're going to look deeper into it.
Definitely. I think it's something that definitely, the government or different, medical institutions need to look into.
Yeah,
because
that's true.
I believe that a lot of women, in rural areas are dying, or, vulnerable young ladies are actually dying because of that. Okay, and let's talk about mammograms, right? Those also, as us ladies, we don't really take them seriously, but they're also expensive. Do you also believe that they should be free of cost, or their price should basically be reduced?
I think they should be free of cost. Maybe
Why?
your first time, free of cost.
Yeah.
Then when you continue going back, maybe they can start charging then, because look at it this way. You've got kids that are going to school that need to eat.
Yes, exactly.
You're not going to go and pay for something, a lot of money, just because you just want to get cheap.
That is true.
That hardly happens.
Yeah.
I wouldn't do that, because
Yes.
already I'll be thinking, Keisha needs this.
Exactly.
So, I wouldn't go for that test. And another thing they need to change is the age.
Okay.
Because mammogram, they used to say it's for 40 years going up.
Right.
So they need to change that, because look at me, I was 27 and still got breast cancer. So they need to change the age and maybe make it free every October for everyone that wants to take that advantage.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe that would work.
Okay. So one thing, or a few things that I learned from you, which are pointers, is breast cancer is curable.
Yes.
It's not hereditary. It can come to anyone. Did anyone from your family have breast cancer
Nope.
at some point?
I'm the only one, the
Yeah.
first one.
Yeah,
And mine is not even genetic.
That's amazing.
That's another thing.
Yeah.
My hormones caused the cancer.
That's amazing. So a lot of people say the foods that you eat and
Oh yeah,
all
the
that.
food we eat, especially sugar, is dangerous. It feeds on sugar.
So have you completely cut off
Hey,
sugar, or?
You want the honest answer? Or
Wow. the honest.
the honest answer is I'm learning to cut it out.
Okay. which
Yeah,
is good.
so from 4 teaspoons of sugar in my tea, I'm now on 1. So I'm
Okay.
getting there.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm getting there slowly.
Definitely.
It's hard, but yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So in terms of you campaigning against this and sharing your story, what have you done so far to reach out to other women or young women out there that have breast cancer, or that are kind of confused as to, I have this lump, what's going on? What have you done so far?
Nothing really. I usually just speak to people on social media
Which is amazing.
Give them
And
hope.
It reaches out to a lot.
and tell them, hey, if I could do it, anyone can do it.
Yes,
Because
that
I
is
was
true.
born at 6 months, was in the incubator for 3 months. So I
Yeah.
always tell people that you're supposed to know that anyone can do it. If I
Okay.
could do it, you
Yes.
can do it.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Okay. And if you would give advice to, ladies out there who are also going through what you went through, what would you say to them?
I would say stay strong. There is more to life.
Okay.
There's love, family, friends.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there's more to live for than giving up. I know it's a tough journey, but
Yes.
fight on. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So what are you doing right now?
I'm a chef.
Really? So we should have brought some, pots and pans and cook something up.
Definitely, we can do that. Next
can
show,
do
I
it.
can come back
Yes,
for a cooking lesson for
totally.
all of you.
What do you usually cook? Like, what's your area of expertise?
Anything and everything.
Really?
I experiment with everything. Once
That's
I see it on the TV or in a restaurant, I want to try it out. So,
Okay.
So anything really, yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Definitely next time we're definitely going to be cooking something.
Yeah, we can do that.
Yeah. Okay, so Rejoice, who would you want to greet right now and say hi to?
More than greeting, thank yous. Yeah, thank you.
yous.
Okay, yeah, so my husband, Victor Robo, Keisha, my daughter, my brothers, Innocent, Eddie, Simba and Zed, my sisters, Gilda, Philippa, and Josie, my Auroras, Tatiana, Karen, Pepe, and Bridget. Then, okay, my mom has a lot of Ozukurus, so my babies, I love you all. The whole crew, my friends, Abigail Frank, Mali, Favi, Mimi, Tendai, Anissa, I don't know if I forgot anything.
No, which is fine, really. Okay.
Thank you very much. And thank you guys for having me, because you know it's really nice when people give you a chance to speak out.
We love this,
and you're all listening.
Yeah,
taking
yeah,
your
definitely.
time to listen to me.
And we really do hope that you will keep talking about your story and inspiring a lot more young ladies out there.
I will.
Thank you so much, Rejoice, for coming through to the show.
Thank you very much for having me.
All our viewers, of course. Now you can reach us on www.orbit-international.org. Like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. See you next time.